You're this perp back with another video, and I just got out of watching Late Night with the Devil. And man, Shudder is about to be on a crazy run. They have so many interesting horror movies dropping very shortly this year. But I'm so glad I got to check this out in theaters. This is going to be on Shudder later, though. If you don't end up checking this out in theaters, it's going to be on Shudder April 19th. So yeah, definitely check this out. Won't want to miss this out. Whether it's playing in your theaters, if you want to just wait until streaming, it is what it is. So this is starring David Dastmalchian. I think that's how you pronounce his name. You see him in a lot of different movies. He's usually like kind of like a side character and whatnot. But this is like the first time he has kind of a lead role. And it's dope that he is this host of this like late night talk show host in the 70s, Jack Delroy. And I really like how this movie kicks off, and it makes it feel like a documentary series, something you're watching off of like Netflix or Hulu, just one of those docu-series and stuff, and just kind of documenting his start to his downfall, the loss of his wife, and what that kind of did to him, and him just kind of making this big grand comeback, all leading up to this Halloween night on 1977. And I gotta say, this is such a creative way to make a horror movie, and just the promotion to make it really feel like a 70s production. It even gave it some film grain, and anytime they would cut to break, it would go into black and white, and even it would change aspect ratios throughout the whole entire film to kind of make you more immersed. And I really like that, the aesthetic and just the setup of it. For a movie that's only an hour and a half, it's definitely a slow burn at first, but then it just gets chaotic the last like 30 minutes, 20 minutes left of the film. And it's just a build up, because as like the night goes on, he brings on more and more guests. Things start to get bizarre. Like the first guest he puts up is this guy that's obviously a fake. He's a phony. He can't really communicate with spirits like they call him in like real time. And they also have a guy that comes in, I think his name was like Carmichael. He's a skeptic. He's the one that kind of debunks like all this supernatural shit throughout the whole entire movie. He's an actual funny character, pretty much like kind of a douchebag. But then it's not until we get the introduction of Lily where things get very mischievous, very dark. Shoutouts to the actress that played Lily in this, and her portrayal of being somebody that's demonically possessed. Her character, or her demon that's in her, Mr. Wiggles, very effective. And I appreciate them not going super CG with the makeup with her face. It very much reminds me of Exorcist. Like, a lot of things are very practical. There's even some Exorcist references in this, which I found to be pretty funny. But I like the build up. I like the tension. Like the first time that they're communicating with Lily and the demon and stuff like that, I was locked in. I was on the edge of my seat. And I feel like that's what's missing in a lot of horror movies, is that tension building. And there's a lot of psychological things that kind of fuck with the audience's head and the main character's head. And it leaves for a very satisfying ending, in my opinion. And everybody, especially Jack's character, did a fantastic job. And you learn throughout the whole entire movie that Jack has a dark little secret. I'm not going to spoil that. That's interesting as well. There's a lot of different things that are in motion that get set up very early in the film that you just gotta kind of pay attention to. But it's an interesting kind of twist or play on certain things that we've seen in real life with different celebrities. What are they willing to do to get that celebrity, or to maintain to be number one? And I think this movie does a really good job of just bringing all those elements together, the horror, even the bits of comedy, because it is a late night talk show. So very creative horror movie. I want to know your thoughts if you get around to checking this out in the comments below. How did you feel about it? Was it one of the best horror movies that you've seen thus far this year? In my opinion, it's definitely a breath of fresh air after all the shitty Blumhouse horror movies we've been getting lately. I'm glad that we're starting to see the rollout of these really good, strong horror movies, and I can't wait to see what else is coming down the line. But yep, that's all I got to say about this. Definitely go check this out. Till next time, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.